Srinivasan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Commissioner. Good to see you here again.
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Focusing on the same bill that we've all been in conversation on, 5350, this range that we are talking about, is that measurement has to be within the range every single time the water is evaluated and measured, or is it over a period of time? There was some discussion that it is an average over a length of period of time. I just want clarification on that.
Yeah, Lori just responded that it was in a month.
It's a monthly average.
It's a monthly average, yes.
So it's a monthly average. So within that month, all right, thank you for that. I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly. So in that monthly average, if it were to fluctuate, is there a limit as to what it can fluctuate up to, or as long as within the month it comes to the range, is that adequate enough for our water supply?
Well, as Lori said, we are continuing to work with utilities to be able to bring as close as we can to the range. Also, the equipment, new equipments are more sophisticated and more accurate in measuring those ranges and disposing the right amount of the substance to the drinking water.
Thank you. I understand that we're trying our level best to keep it within the range, but my concern is that within this monthly average, we still will meet the standards, but on a given day or given number of days, we could be far out of the range in a significant manner. Is that issue being addressed as well?
Well, there will be a non-compliance, and we will work with the utility company to bring it back to compliance. Our ideal situation is where we can work together and bring it into compliance. It's not about imposing fines or going after the utility company. It's about what needs to be done to bring it into compliance.
And through you, Madam Chair, my final question. In that range that you need to get them to so that they stay within compliance, which they will within the month period, my concern is the length of time that they have to be within the standard. Is there at some number that the experts feel that they have gone a bit too much in terms of fluorination on the one hand, or on the other, excessively underfluorinated? Is there a number that we have that we cannot go above or below regardless?
Hello, Lori Matthew again, Section Chief, Department of Public Health, Drinking Water. Thank you for your question. So there is a maximum contaminant level, an MCL, for fluoride of 4.0 milligrams per liter. So that is the maximum level. My sense of your question is that are there these huge spikes from day to day? Fluoride is measured on a daily basis by our water systems. And the water systems that are out there, the bigger systems, there's 32 water systems that provide fluoride that serve 20,000 or more people. In the 51 years that this law has been in place, they've been able to meet that range. Our bigger water utilities are very, very capable utilities to be able to do the measurements on a daily basis and make sure that, to your question, that these wide swings are not taking place. We've been out to a number, I've been out myself to a number of these utilities and have seen their equipment and their operators that oversee this equipment, and they are very well in tune with how to operate and utilize this mineral in their water system.
Thank you very much for your expertise and for allaying some of our fears that, in this month average, that was my concern,
Yes.
that would we be seeing such swings that would be unacceptable on a day-to-day basis, but acceptable on a monthly basis. And so
Correct.
thank you for telling us that by and large that does not happen, and
Correct.
that's not a concern we need to have. Thank you very much
Okay,
for your
thank you.
testimony. And Commissioner, my final question to you is, do you know of the number of states that have already have this enacted in the country? Are we familiar with that information?
These new guidelines were released last year, is that right? The guidelines were released last year.
Yes.
So we probably are among the first to take into consideration the new guidelines.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
And thank you. And